Welcome back, everybody. Week 11 is in the books. Week 12 is here. New week, new intro music, new picks. I'm here with the shits, them locks, them quicks, them hits. I don't know shit, I guess. I went 7-7-1. What do you expect? That's terrible. I fucking pushed, dude. I pushed on a game. I feel like I'm the Cowboys or the Packers. I don't know which one's worse. Yeah, let's go ahead and move on to week 12, I guess. But we're literally right there. Over 9 weeks. Actually, what is that? Not even 9 weeks, my bad. 11 weeks. We're 79, 83, and 1. Like I said, we're trying to get in that positive column every week, and I think this might be the week. Week 12 is here. I got some picks. I'm going to go and share them with you guys. Let's go ahead and move in these games real quick. First game of the week, Buffalo, Texans. You got Buffalo coming in here in the AFC East 7-3, Texans 5-5. Buffalo is coming off a big win. Josh Allen had 6 touchdowns last week, 44-32 win versus the Buccaneers. Buccaneers are a great team. Baker's been balling. Houston's coming off a win against the Titans 16-13. Not really impressive at all because the Titans are just dog shit. And you know what? The Texans are kind of too. So I don't really know what to expect in this game. Texans own them straight up, though. 6-3-1, you guys see right here. 4-5 against the spread. Texans cover. These games do go under. 2-7 to the under last time these two teams played. 23-20 last year. Texans did hold that straight up win, and they were picked by 1. They won by 3. And you know what? The under also hit on that game as well. But we are in a new year. Josh Allen's balling the fuck out. He had, 6 touchdowns last week. CJ Stroud, he's not playing. Kincaid, he's not playing. And the Texans defense is one of the best defenses in the league, to be honest, right here. They're allowing like 258 yards allowed per game and like 16 points per game. The Bills should actually be more favored here. There's a lot of money on the Bills. So I don't know why they're minus 4.5. This was actually, what was it? Oh, it's down to 4.5 now. Oh, maybe that's some books. They're as low as 4.5. So last night it was at 6 on covers right here. So I think the Bills should be more favored here. I know it's a short week. The Bills do have advantage up front in the D line. The Texans offensive line is literally battered and bruised. And Mills is going to have to get that ball out fast because that Bills defensive front is going to be coming. So primetime unders have been hot. We've been talking about it. Primetime unders on Thursday night. 4 straight Thursday primetime unders. Lines moving in Texans' favor. Like I said, people are betting the Bills and it's moving towards the Texans. It is kind of sketchy. I kind of want to stay away from the spread on this game. And same thing, people, from what I see, everybody's betting the overs and it's going under. So the line movement's really weird on this game, and we're going to go against the line movement. Give me the over 43.5. We usually do primetime unders. We're going to switch things up like fucking, I don't even know what I'm going to do. So we're just going to try this, and over 43.5 Thursday night game tonight. Lock it in, boys. Let's go ahead and move on to Sunday. We definitely do not have any Sunday morning games like overseas this week, which is nice. We don't have to wake up at 6 a.m. to watch damn football. First game we got of the week, though, is going to be Minnesota right here, 4-6, and Green Bay 6-3 coming to this game. NFC North divisional matchup. Last week, Minnesota did lose to the Bears 19-17, and Green Bay did pull off the win against the dartless Giants 27-20. Head-to-head, these teams haven't played since last year, so this is going to be the first divisional matchup of the year. But the Vikings have taken the last 2 straight up. Vikings own them 6-4 against the spread, same as well 6-4 and over under 6-4. Yeah, Josh Jacobs out. Josh Jacob is still out. He's still ruled day to day with that knee injury. He didn't play much last week. I thought he was going to score. But Jordan Love, he is full participant in practice. Looks like he should be playing with that shoulder issue. This year, Packers have not covered when favored by 6.5 points or more. They're picked by 6.5 points right now. Tell me, why should we take them if they've never covered it all year? And then with the over-under being low as well, the 41-42.5, depending on what book you're looking at, I think it's going to be a tighter, low-scoring game. Divisional matchup, we talk about this all the time, but the Packers' defense is a little bit better than the Vikings. But the Packers without Jacobs, their offense probably could struggle a little bit. I'm going to have to go Vikings, man. We're going to go Vikings plus 6.5. I think that's the pick here. Yeah, let's run Vikings 6.5. Let's move this next game right over here. Colts the Chiefs. We got the Chiefs 3.5-point favorites over under 49. Colts coming in here at 8-2, first in the AFC South, and Chiefs are here third in the AFC West at 5-5. Colts did pull off the win. What was that? 2 weeks ago. They're off a bye week against the Falcons, 31-25. And I believe that was overseas. And Kansas City's coming off a pretty brutal loss to Denver, 22-19. They really needed that win for the playoff seeding. So they're going to be pretty desperate in this game, if you ask me. Last time these two teams played was 3 years ago. Colts won straight up, and including the last meeting, 4 years ago. Colts did cover that spread as their 6.5-point dog. Colts straight up own them, 7-3. 6-4 against the spread, but the games do go under. If you ask me about this game, I'm going to say with the Colts defensive line is pretty banged up. Buckner's out. He's placed on IR. Pacheco for the Chiefs, I'm pretty sure he might play. He's questionable, but on the other side of the ball, you got Jonathan Taylor, man. That dude's been dominant. He's averaged like 6 yards per carry, and the Colts, they're 6-3-1 against the spread this season, and I don't see anybody stopping them, especially have a week off. They've had a week to prepare. I know the Chiefs need a win bad here, but I could see them maybe winning by 3. You could take the Chiefs money line if you want to take the juice, but it's like over, some books looking at over 200, minus 200 now. Not really a fan of that. Try and stay away from that on the podcast because I hate giving that out. Anything under 200 we try and give out. So we're going to take the Colts, dude. We're going to take the Colts minus 3.5 here. I think that's the right play on this game. I know they're in Arrowhead, but give me the Colts minus 3.5, plus 3.5. Sorry, plus 3.5 Colts. Next game here, Patriots at the Bengals. Patriots 6.5-point favorites over under 51. New England's coming here first in the AFC East, but also first in literally the AFC. I don't know. I think they're tied with the Broncos, but maybe the Broncos hold the straight up over them. Not really sure. I can check the seedings if you want. Correct me in the comments. Go ahead and roast me. I don't really care. 9-2, Patriots, Bengals, 3-7, third in the AFC North. Don't know how they're not last. Good thing the Browns are in that division. That's all I'm going to say. New England coming off a straight-up win, 27-14 over the Jets. And then the Bengals lost from Pittsburgh, 34-12. Quite embarrassing, especially after Rodgers went out early in that game. And Rudolph came in. So head-to-head, straight up. Patriots do own the Bengals 7-2 straight up and 7-2 against the spread, 6-3 to the over under. These games do tend to go over, but the last time this team's played did go under. It was like 26 total points. Patriots won 16-10 straight up. With this game, man, I know I bet the Bengals every week, and I know I'm gonna regret it one week, and this is probably the week that I'm not going to take them, and they're probably going to cover because Chase is out. He got that 1-game suspension. Joe Burrow, they're saying he might come back. I think the organizations is just completely they're just dumb. Okay. If they bring back Joe Burrow, especially the week where Chase is not playing, especially when our season doesn't mean jack shite, this is not the week to do it. Okay, wait till next week or whatever you want to do. Wait till Thanksgiving. But I don't think they should do it, period, dude. They're going to ruin this dude's career, and then they're going to ruin their franchise. So I don't think it's smart regardless. I know Ramondre Stevenson's out, running back for the Patriots. I'm going to move on for the Bengals. But, yeah, they don't need him. Henderson's balling. Hendrickson's still out for the Bengals. Our defense, I don't know. This game, the Bengals are going to get steamrolled, dude. Patriots 5-0 on the road this season, and the Bengals are allowing the most passing yards per game this season. You bring in one of the best quarterbacks, Drake May, this week, it could be really scary. We're going to get torched, dude. The over's probably a good play. It's already moving up. The line, 50 last night? It's going up to 51. And then with the Patriots, they were -7 last night. It's going -6.5. People are betting the Bengals. I don't know why those people are insane. I'll take the Patriots -6.5 any day of the week. Give me the Patriots plus 6.5. Let's move on to this next game here. Steelers at the Bears. We got the Bears 2.5-point favorites, and they are going to be over under 45.5 as a total. Pittsburgh's coming in first in the AFC North, 6-4, and Chicago first in the NFC North, 7-3. Yeah, I'm going to be honest with you guys that this game is, I don't really know what to expect of this game because Rudolph's coming in. I don't think Rodgers is going to be good to go. Last week, Pittsburgh beat us 34-12. The Bengals. Chicago. They pulled off a win versus the Vikings last time they played, 1917. Last time these two teams played, we're talking 4 years ago. Steelers won straight up, but the Bears do own these guys. 3-1 straight up and 0-4 against the spread, which is the Bears beating them and covering 4 games in a row. 2-2 to the over-under. And, yeah, I don't know, man. Rodgers isn't even going to be playing in this game, I'm pretty sure. And if he does, is he even going to be able to grip the ball? I don't know. Jalen Warren, same thing, man. Their offense is pretty banged up, but if he's good to go, he should have a pretty good game on the ground. Unders could probably be a play here. I don't really trust Rudolph, especially if he's coming in. Rodgers is a little bit more trustworthy, but I'm gonna probably just take the Bears money line. Call me a square. I think it's up to like -161 in certain books. Still under 200. We just talked about that. So give me the Bears money line -148. Next game here. We got Jets at the Ravens. We got Ravens 13.5 point favorites over under 44.5. Yeah, the Jets are coming in here off a loss versus the Patriots 27-14. Baltimore win versus the Browns 23-16. Browns are trash, not really too impressed there. And then 6-1 straight up, the Baltimore Ravens own the New York Jets. Same thing, 5-2 towards the spread for the Ravens. They do cover as well against this team. But if you look at the previous spreads, I mean, you're looking at they were picked by 5.5. I see 117. That's probably the biggest one they were picked by. They still covered, but everything else is below 10 down here. So if you ask me, I think I kind of like the unders in this game, man. I think the Jets are going to start Tyrod Taylor again. Last time that he came in for Justin Fields, you know how that went. So, but on the other side of the ball, Lamar Jackson, he's he did not participate in practice on Wednesday. So I know it's Thursday now. Haven't checked the report this morning. Pretty sure he's good to go. It's just a little, you know how those guys get. They just like to fool us, act like they're not playing. So yeah, Ravens -13.5 point heavy favorites, but they are 4-6 against the spread this season. And yeah, Jets are 6-4 against the spread despite their poor record. They're 3-1 against the spread on the road. I don't like taking double-digit favorites, the -13.5. Even if the Jets have a hard time moving the ball, even scoring, anything like that, we always talk about this. If there's a double-digit spread, we are not taking it. We are taking maybe there's a not this week, okay? Under 44.5. I think that's the play here. Let's move this next game. We got your New York Giants at your Detroit Lions, -10.5 for the Lions, over under 50. The Giants are coming in here at 2-9, and that's going to be their 4th in the NFC East. And Detroit's coming here at 3rd in the NFC North, so 6-4, pretty crazy. Despite the success that Detroit had with previous years, so they're not first anymore. So I don't really know, man. I think the Lions are kind of falling off, dude. They're without Ben Johnson. I think they're just kind of decimating fast. Giants last. Was this last week? Yeah, this was last week. They lost to the Packers 27-20. I believe Jackson Dart went out for a concussion in that game. I don't know if he's going to be good to go in this game. Lions did lose to the Philly 16-9. We did have the Lions last week. Kind of embarrassed that we took them. Probably should have never went that way, but who knows? Straight up, last time these two teams played 3 years ago, Lions owned them 31-18. Both these teams are a little bit different this time, but everything straight across right here. Win-loss 4-4 straight up against the spread 4-4, over under 4-4. Not really sure if Jackson Dart's coming back from that concussion. He is limited in practice this week. Giants are decimated, dude. 13 players on the injury report, but even on the other side of the ball, the Lions, they got 17 players on the injury report, including 5 starters that did not practice Wednesday. So the Lions do have O-line injuries. I don't think Sewell's playing. So the Giants' defensive front is nasty, and they could probably get pressure on the offensive line. This total is the 50 is actually tied for one of the highest totals of the week. I believe the other game, what is it? We already talked about that one. The Patriots Bengals, but that went up to 51. So yeah. For this game, I think I'm going to go, we just talked about it. We don't want to take the double-digit spreads, dude. We are not taking the Lions minus 10.5. I don't care what anybody says. We are staying away from them. Give me the over 50. We are messing with some totals this week. We are deep diving. It's going to end up good or it's going to end up bad. Let's run with it. Next game, Seahawks minus 13.5 at the Titans, over under 40. Seahawks are coming off that loss 21-19 versus the Rams. I thought, what did I say last week? Bringing the Brinks truck on the Rams. That was the lock of the week. That hit. Have I said the lock of the week this week? I don't know. Have you been listening? No, I haven't. So it's coming up, but who knows when it's going to be. Last week, Titans lost to the Texans 16-13. That's with Davis Mills as their backup. They're playing again tonight. We just talked about it. But look at this. Titans are on the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 game losing streak. I feel bad for Cam Ward, man. How would you imagine being like one of the first round draft pick, first pick, and your career goes down the dumpster? So give that man props. Last time these two teams played was 2023. Seahawks won. They did push that three spread, though. That was a push. And then straight up, Titans do actually beat the Seahawks 3-2 straight up, and they do cover 1-3-1 against the spread. These games do lean under, though, so at the 2-3 towards the under. Yeah, Titans 1-9 at home with a massive home losing streak, dude. That's pretty embarrassing. And the Titans have the 26th run defense in the league. I expect Kenneth Walker to run all over this defense. You could probably double up on like a Kenneth Walker anytime touchdown, Charbonnet. One of those guys are probably guaranteed to score. I don't see a shootout here. I don't really see how the Titans score at all. And if the Seahawks score, they'll probably score a couple touchdowns, run the clock out. Give me under 40.5 here. I think that's the play. Move on to this next game right here. Jaguars 2.5 at the Cardinals, over under 47.5. We have the Jacksonville Jaguars coming off the big win versus the Chargers. That was at home, though, 35-6. And the Cardinals, the loss to the 49ers, 41-22. I know that's a divisional game. It's a little bit different there. And last time these two teams played, 4 years ago now. But the Cardinals, man, look at that, 4-0 straight up against the Jacksonville Jaguars, and 4-0 against the spread. So they have covered every game that they've played against this team. And the games do tend to go over at 3-1. So I do think the Jags are going to be hungry here. Even without ETN. I don't know if ETN's playing. He's limited. He has a shoulder injury. He's probably playing. Quote me if I'm wrong. On the other side of the ball, Harrison's out. He had an emergency appendix surgery. I thought he was playing last week. Ended up not. Demercado, most likely out. And the Jags, man, they're trending upward. They're looking pretty nice. But I am really scared of betting a team that's coming off a big win as an underdog. The Chargers picked by 3 in that game. I think we took the Chargers, and look at this. They decimated them 35-6. I do like the Jacksonville Jaguars here, but I'm not going to be taking them. I feel like it's a little bit of a trap. So we're going to be given the pick of the week out in this game. All right. Look me in the eyes. All right. Pick of the week, over 47.5. Give me the over on this game. Come on now, 4-0 to the overs every time this team's played. Give me the overs. Lock it in. Pick of the week. All right, let's get back to it. Next game of the week here, we got Browns at the Raiders. Embarrassing. But Shadur Sanders is getting his first start. So we got to be happy for the man. Cleveland's coming in here at 2-8, and Vegas is coming here at 2-8 as well. Raiders are 4-point favorites. Probably because Shadur, they're probably putting him out there to just embarrass him at this point. I mean, is he really going to save the team? Is he really going to, what is he going to do? I mean, maybe he could save them. I don't know. He might be Superman. Dylan Gabriel's still out in concussion protocol. So yeah, he's probably going to get the start. Cleveland coming off the loss 23-16 versus the Ravens. Vegas losing 33-16. Pickens tore that defense up, dude. It was kind of embarrassing. But the Raiders do own the Browns straight up, 7-3. And 5-5 against the spread, straight up even. But these games do tend to go under 3-7. You do have two decent defenses. I'm just worried about the offensive side of the balls in these games. Yeah, Geno Smith starting on the other side of the ball. I mean, O'Connell's activated back from IR, so maybe he can come in. That'd probably save this franchise. I don't know why Geno's still in there. I mean, they paid the man. You got to start him. But yeah, I don't know why you would, dude. They're just ruining it. They have money. They don't really care. Browns 0-5 against the spread on the road this season, and the Raiders are 1-3-1 against the spread at home this season. This game is a shit show. I just want to go take a shit in the Legion Stadium because that's how bad this is, and just walk out. Give me the under 36. I think that's the play here. Under 36. Move on to this next game here. Eagles at the Cowboys. You got Eagles 3.5-point favorites, over under 47. Divisional matchup here. Philly coming off the big win versus the Lions. We just talked about this, 16-9. Dallas coming off the big win versus the Raiders, 33-16. Not impressed there. They could do all they want, but wasn't impressed. Last time these two teams played, actually last 3 times these teams played, Phillies won straight up. But they are 5-5 straight up against each other. So Dallas does cover 5-4-1 against the spread, but these games do tend to go over 7-3. 2 improved defenses, though, I feel like. And, earlier in the season right here, what is this? It was over under 47.5. It did go under. It was at 44. But we are moving to the second matchup of this year. Dak Prescott, limited participation in practice. He will probably play. Not too worried about there. The over's hitting the last 7 of the last 10 games for the Cowboys as well. And the Eagles are 5-5 the over under this season. So had to take a drink. Sorry about that. But the Eagles defense, man, they've been elite lately. Regardless how the Cowboys play at home, they held the Packers, 10-7. They held the Lions 16-9. And it is hard to beat the same team twice in the row. In the same year with your divisional matchups. So it shows every year teams usually split those matchups. And like I said, let alone 3 games. The past 3 games the Eagles have won. I'm not going to take the Cowboys money line here, but I do feel like the play is the Cowboys with the points at the plus 3.5. Give me the Cowboys plus 3.5. Yeah, give it to me. Next game here, Falcons at the Saints. We got your Saints picked by 2, over under 39. I'm guessing this total or this spread and totals like this because Penix and London are both out. And on the other side of the ball, the Saints, they're just terrible. So, yeah. Last week, the Panthers did beat the Falcons 30-27. And the Saints are coming off the win versus the Panthers the last time they played. So they're coming off a bye week, and they beat the Panthers 17-7. So it's kind of crazy considering how both these games are going. Straight up, Saints do own them 7-3, and against the spread 4-6. 6-4, I guess you want to say. Over unders 5-5. And the Falcons are banged up, dude. They have 17 players on the Week 12 injury report. But I don't know, man. 5 straight. What do we see? Look at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 straight losses. Falcons are in free fall mode. Can Kirko Bang's Cousins come in and save this team? I think so. I think they got Mooney. If you look at the highlights from last year when Kirko and Mooney met up, I'm guaranteeing you maybe a Mooney touchdown this week. Not going to say that's the pick on this game, but you could probably sprinkle the pick on it with the pick of the week. The Saints are, 2-8. Despite the record, they have won 3 straight at home versus the Falcons. Yeah, so at least like covering. So I don't really know. Falcons run game could probably carry him this week. I probably trust the Falcons offense a little bit more than the Saints. And the unders probably could be a play. Divisional matchup. We talk about this every divisional game. But we're going to take a dog of the week here. The dog of the week, Falcons money line. Dog of the week, ML Falcons money line. Lock it in, baby. Let's move on to Sunday Night Football here. Buccaneers at the Rams. Rams are 6.5-point favorites. Your over-unders 49 for this game. Tampa Bay's coming off that loss, 44-32 versus Josh Allen and the Bills. And the Rams are coming off the big win against the Seattle, 21-19. They've won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 straight games. I mean, they're not all tough opponents, but I mean, you got Seattle, you got San Fran, Baltimore. Yeah, so the Rams are looking nice. That was our pick of the week last week. Hopefully you guys tailed. And yeah, last time these two teams played, Rams, the Buccaneers did win 16-13, but the Rams do own them. Look at this. Past 10 games, Rams 8-2. And same thing, they cover usually 8-1 against the spread. Over under 6-4. These games do go over. Every Buccaneers game, I say this every week, dude. Every Buccaneers game, we are taking the overs, okay? But this week, why don't you listen to the podcast and see what we're fucking taking? Buccaneers, they're dealing with the injury bug in the locker room. It's affecting multiple players and the coaches. I did read up on that. The Buccaneers could come out a little slow. You probably could get the over-under live a little bit lower if they don't come out hot. But the Buccaneers game have gone over 6-2 in the last 8 games. We just talked about this. So Rams, their games do go a little bit under when they do play at home, especially with Tampa Bay traveling across country. But the over at 49 does suggest this is going to be a higher scoring game. I mean, you look at the last game we just looked at, the over-under was 39. So, yeah, I think this over-under is placed right. And I probably would take the Rams again if it wasn't 6.5, dude. Every time I see a 6.5 line, I definitely take them down. I'm really impressed. Him and Kittle just act like they never left. Last time these two teams played, 49ers did win straight up 37-15 and covering that 6-point spread. But the Panthers do own them. Look at 5-3 straight up and against the spread. Over under 5-3 as well. Across the board, 5-3. Yeah, I mean, the overs probably could be a play here. I know I like taking primetime unders. These two teams are hot, dude. Bryce Young had a career game last week. That dude balled out. He sprained ankle halfway through. I don't know if they shot him up, what they shot him up with, but they definitely did something for that man to perform the way he did. 49ers convert in red zone 81% since week 6. I know that was with Mac Jones, but Purdy looked nice, like we just talked about here. Probably could see a shootout. That's what the total does show at the 48.5. But, dude, I'm going to ride Bryce, man. We're going to ride the hot hand here. We're going to go Panthers +7. I think this is going to be a close game, and Niners probably pull out the win here. I don't want to give you guys the Niners money line. Look, it's minus 455. Give me the Panthers plus the 7 here. I think that's the play. And that's going to be all of them for this week. So if you guys like the show, if you guys please would just subscribe, like, comment, whatever you guys want to do. Share with your friends, share it all over social media. I don't really care what you guys want to do, but we're going to hit these picks this week, especially the picks of the week, and we're going positive. So please like, please subscribe. You guys have a great week. Let's go ahead and lock these picks in and kill it.